That's good. As he said, my name is Matthew Lemke. I've spoken at this event a couple times, and you may not believe this, but I was actually once paralyzed from the neck down. In the year of 2015, I was diagnosed with a brain disorder called Arnold-Chiari malformation, and I had a syrinx cyst inside of my spinal cord. And then in 2016, in January, I had brain surgery to essentially put a Band-Aid on my issues. Whenever I had this surgery, my expectations is to wake up and go home after about 2 nights in the hospital. And as I mentioned, that wasn't the case. So I was paralyzed from the neck down. I was labeled a quadriplegic, and I was told at 23 years old that I was going to have to relearn every single thing all over again. So I went to occupational therapy at post-acute medical in Victoria. I did physical therapy and occupational therapy, and I was there for 27 days. After the 23rd day, I was doing the occupational therapy, which is your upper extremities. They were reteaching me how to use my hands and my arms. And at this point, I was able to sit up for a moment and be able to balance myself to stand up. Well, I had just got done with that occupational therapist session, and I audibly heard God tell me to start walking again. I had the immediate reaction to do that, and I looked at my therapist and I said, I don't know how to explain this to you, but it's time for me to start walking again. So she looked at me and I stood up and I walked all the way to my room that day holding on to her arms. And ever since then, I have been running towards God because I learned in that situation that I could not do anything without God. And today, as you can see, I'm fully functioning. I can do everything by myself again. I'm very happily married. I have a 2-year-old, and I have another child on the way. I'm doing all kinds of things. I've got a full-time job. I'm going to college, and I'm just continuing on. I'm moving forward, and I've written the 2 books over here at the Purple Tent. And so, yeah, that's my testimony. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a fine young man. I had him in the 8th grade. A lot of